Dad's out in the yard playing with the Farmall H. I'm gonna see if I can get the 52 Ford running. Howdy y'all. Thought we'd check out the 52 Ford Customline. Haven't gotten it out for a little while. Let's take it down the road a bit. This car came standard with the 3 on the tree, just like this one, with overdrive. Not sure if the overdrive was standard or not, but it's kind of a slick system. Or you could get it with the optional 2-speed Ford-O-Matic automatic. This car's actually seen 5 generations in my family, with my son being the last owner of the car, and for obvious reasons it's ended up in my hands today. But we washed it up, thought I'd take it out and tell its story. There were 2 versions of engines for this car. There's the straight 6 and the V8. I believe the straight 6 was about 215 cubic inch. Somewhere around 101 horsepower. This car is no stranger to country dirt roads. This was a replacement my great-grandparents bought in 1952 as a replacement for a 49 Ford that they had unfortunately had totaled in a very serious car accident. So right now I'm in 3rd gear and I have overdrive locked out. Let's push in the overdrive lockout so I can show you how it works. We're going to put it in first, which on a 3 on the tree manual is 2U and down. Second is up and forward. Third is straight down from second. And once we get to about 55, I'll show you the magic of the overdrive. And you just let off the throttle. And now it's engaged in overdrive. Dad very strongly remembered the smell of Dutch Master cigars in this car. That was my great-grandfather's favorite thing. So, let's see if we can fix that. I'd say that's close enough. Well, that's flavor country. I may have forgotten to mention, but reverse is 2U and up. Yeah, the old straight 6. Smoothest running engine, I think, ever made in any configuration. The 153624, I had a mechanic once tell me 15's too young, 36 is too old, but 24 is just right. My son did put a new radiator in here and a fuel tank. Still retains the old generator. Pretty much everything is stock in here, and look at the room around this engine. That is why it is so easy to put a V8 in one of these. In addition to a full tune-up, he also did a rebuild on the fuel pump and the carburetor. Oh, here comes my neighbor. Said hi. I couldn't have timed that any better if I wanted to. This engine was also used in some of the Ford F-Series pickup trucks from 52 to 53 and most of the full-size cars. Ford Customlines ran from about 52 to 56, so this is a first-year car. And it replaced the Custom and the Custom Deluxe, which To me, sounds like a cheeseburger. In 1957, they were replaced by the Custom and the Custom 300. Now, this is a Tudor. They were also available in a wagon and a four-door version as well. This one remains original, down to the Ford Mileage Maker decal on the valve cover. Lower motor instructions back here, and the original FOMO-CO regulator right there. This car was well used and loved by most of my aunts and uncles, and even my dad. The green and white on the exterior are not the original colors of this car. It was repainted after a minor fender bender and had some body work done, I think back in the 50s or 60s. This dash is the original color. Those green door panels, well, that was my dad's addition prior to taking my mom on a date. They were kind of falling apart, and he wanted the car to look nice, so I may very well owe my existence to those green door panels. These old cars had a very hearty horn. Like many of the Ford designs, they carried this ring that actually went to the horn in the center of the car here. This one's been broken off, and we still have it. I suppose I could repair it at some point, but yeah, it's real easy to bump those when you're making a turn with this big steering wheel. Which leads me to another point that I was told when I started learning to drive. I learned from experience, being in a rollover in a 1968 Ford F100, you don't ever wrap your thumbs around the steering wheel when you drive these old manual steering cars. You keep your thumbs up. Because if you get in an accident, that steering wheel's gonna do what it's gonna do, whether your thumbs are there or not. Choke's over here. Of course, you gotta have a lighter. Interior lights, headlights, wipers, air, just a vent. And of course, these wipers are the old vacuum operated style. So, not super reliable. This car's showing about 23,205 miles, but I'm wagering that's closer to 123,000. Inside of the glove box lid, you can see the recommended engine oil and tire pressures. This particular car is equipped with a AM radio, the dash clock, which is not working at this point. And what 50s car would be complete without the ashtray? Which, just like this one, usually ended up full of trash. Let's go home and see if Buddy wants to go for a ride. What do you think, Buddy? Should we go to town and check the LAOL P.O. box? I think so. Buddy loves going for rides. If I open up a car door, he'll jump right in. No mail today. Got a few final thoughts on the 52 Ford Customline. There's nothing super special about it, but it's a quality car for the money. The styling is very distinct for the time period. When I joked about the space-age design of the McCoy Caterpillar dozer, this is kind of what I had in mind. Even down to the spaceship hood ornament on the front. Inside is rather spacious. The bench seat folds forward quite nicely, and the seat belts are, on the floor. Back seat's huge, and definitely this was a time period before safety was actually relevant in auto design. There's nothing in here that is very comfortable to hit if you get in an auto accident. Passengers in the back seat of this car are even treated to their own dome light, a grab handle, and windows that roll down. And we can't forget the ashtrays right here. Just like most of the cars of this era, it has the aftermarket afterthought turn signals that were kind of hastily added to the back of the car. If it wasn't for the faint sound of a clicking turn signal, you wouldn't remember that you even put it on. There is ample trunk space in this car, but you have to have the key to open it, and I can't find the key. But it does have a lot of space in it, and the spare tire in there. And even this small detail, like the cover over the keyhole on the trunk, is a really cool detail. Below that, you can flip open the license plate for access to the fuel filler. There's quite a bit of extra space inside this car, even right here inside the back window. And I can fondly remember my grandparents and other relatives would store hats and other things in the back there. Access is very easy back here. There's plenty of room to get back there, and plenty of leg room. Even somebody of my size has no trouble fitting in and driving this comfortably. Well, I'm seeing some rain clouds form on the horizon, and I have no desire to test out these vacuum-operated windshield wipers. I've never had good experiences with those. It is a testament to the fact that if you practice proper maintenance on your cars, they'll be around for a long time. So there you have it, the 52 Ford that has seen 5 generations in my family. I do want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. So there you have it, the 1952 Ford that has seen 5 generations in my family. Heck, my parents even dated in this car. My parents even dated in this car. Maybe I don't like it. Overdrive!